Hey guys, it's Pretty Little Fro and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't noticed, I have purple hair and I've gotten quite a few questions on it. This video is actually inspired by somebody who commented on my Instagram saying that they really wanted to dye their hair, but they were really worried about it damaging their hair. And if I had experienced any damage and some of the tips that I used, and if I was like worried about something happening to my hair. So first I'm gonna go over like my hair journey because my hair has been a couple of colors. And then second, I'm just gonna go over some things that I've experienced because of dyed hair and some tips and tricks that I have to keep your hair as healthy as possible if you decide to dye it. My first time with color was right on this, or I guess color, like lack of color, because technically I bleached my hair and I was blonde. And my first experience was right here on this YouTube channel. I recorded the entire thing and I'm pretty sure the video is like still up. If it's still up, then I'll link it in the cards. But I bleached my hair and I love my hair that color and I kind of want to bleach my hair again to like be blonde. But I don't know if I really want to like bleach it that high again. But I loved my hair being blonde. Like I'll insert a bunch of pictures, but like I look good, okay? And I really enjoyed my hair being blonde. And honestly, even though like I did it at home and I was not a professional, which I would not suggest doing, I had a lot of confidence in myself and I think I was like a little bit lucky that all my hair didn't fall out. But I really didn't experience a lot of negative effects after bleaching my hair. I didn't experience a ton of excess breakage, a ton of excess shedding or anything like that. My hair, I think, did relatively well being bleached. I did start using products that were specifically made for bleached hair, which I think helped my hair a lot. But in general, I wasn't experiencing like a lot of negative effects of bleaching my hair. At the time, I had like completely virgin hair, so no chemicals had ever been on my hair, which I think really helped. I also have really dense, thick hair, so I think that really helped the bleach not take its toll. And I think I had a lot of luck. So I would suggest going to a professional if you are going to bleach your hair as light as I did and probably not do it at home. I had confidence out the wazoo about that. And at the time, I was already planning to cut my hair. So whether it turned out good or bad really didn't matter because I already knew that in a couple months I was going to be cutting my hair anyways. So it wasn't that big of a deal to me. But I love being blonde, you know, it's really fun, like big blonde afro. I think it's very different and I absolutely love it. And I kind of want to go blonde again, but we will see. So fast forward, you know, I cut off all my hair. We've already talked about that. And then this past spring, so I was texting my friend who is a hairstylist. And if you're in the St. Louis area, I highly recommend her, and I'll leave her information down below. But we were texting in our like group chat with one of our other friends, and I was like, I really want copper colored hair. Like I was seeing pictures all over Instagram of like naturals with copper colored hair, and I really wanted copper colored hair, and it was looking like so good on all these people. And she was like, girl, you should do it. You should do it. And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, you should just do it. So then I went online and I booked a session with her for the next day. And she's like, Krista, I do not have that color hair dye. Like I was not ready. So we had to push my session back like a couple hours so she could go buy the hair dye. But I came in. I think I took some before pictures. So this is my hair before and it was just like plain black. She did have to go in and dye or bleach my hair. It was not bleached to the same level as I bleached it when I went blonde. It was kind of bleached to that like reddish, like the reddish color. So she didn't have to lift it as much as I lifted it when I went like blonde because she was just putting like a copper on there. So it didn't need to be like super blonde to put the copper color on there. So this time I did go to a professional. I would highly recommend going to a professional. Do not be like me and bleach your hair unless you are like ready, unless you're like ready for whatever consequences might happen. Do not be like me and just bleach your hair at home. I was being reckless. But I went to her. She did have to lift my hair and I had like this copper colored afro for a while. And I really enjoyed that color. I got it done in the spring, like I had mentioned, and it was a semi-permanent dye, so it did rinse out over a couple of months. And when it finally was like really dull and stuff, I was like, okay, what do I want to do? My hair is not really the copper color that I wanted originally. And I want to do something different. So I have always wanted to have purple hair. Always. I really wanted to have like lavender colored hair, and I really regret not dyeing my hair lavender colored when it was like super blonde. I really should have done that. But I've always had this fear of having purple hair because it's something I've always wanted. I'm like, oh my God, what if I dye my hair purple and it just turns out awful? Purple is my favorite color, like hands down my favorite color in the entire world. It's been my favorite color for all 27 years of my life. So I had really high expectations for purple hair. And I was like, like my hair is light enough. Like I could put a purple on this and, it could look good. And I was like, like what's the worst that could happen? If it looks bad, I'll just dye it like black and call it a day. Or I'll like dye it another color. But like, I gotta try it out. I'm here. I just quit my job and I was like, if there's a time for me to have purple hair, now is the time. Because if it turns out ugly, I'm just in the house anyways. So I went to Sally's, and I also have a video that I'm going to do about this, about me actually dyeing my hair. So that is a video that will be coming soon. But I went to Sally's, I bought the hair dye, and I dyed my hair purple. And at first, I really did not like it. I thought it was way too dark. And it has gotten lighter since then because this was like 2 months ago. So it's lightened up quite a bit because a lot of it's like washed out because again, it was a semi-permanent dye. So like a little bit washes out every time you shampoo your hair. But I didn't like it at first and I was like kind of really disappointed. I didn't like it and I wanted it to be like a lighter shade of purple. Whereas this is like purple, but I kind of wanted like I just want something like a little bit lighter, which I shouldn't have expected because the hair that I was putting it on wasn't like that light. So trying to put a lighter color on top of like a kind of not light color was not, I don't know, but I was just hoping for the best and I didn't want to lighten my hair again. So yeah, now I have purple hair and I'm really, really loving it right now, and I'm trying to think like, okay, what color do I want to dye my hair next? Like, I kind of want to do something fun for Christmas, but we'll see. So that has been like my hair color journey over, the past couple of years. So let's talk about tips and tricks if you decide that you want to color your hair. So my number one piece of advice is if you are lightening your hair, meaning that you need to put bleach on your hair, you need to go to a professional, okay? Like I said, don't be like me. Do not be reckless. I feel like I was very lucky. I really could have done a lot of wrong and have to cut off all my hair. But I went into it knowing that I might mess up and I might have to cut my hair. So that's kind of something I accepted. If you do not want to accept that, go to a professional, okay? Go to a professional that does natural hair, okay? Not just like people that do hair color. Go to somebody that has worked with natural hair and is really good at coloring. Vera, who I went to, she understands natural hair and she also specializes in hair color. So she already knew what was up. And I also really, really trusted her with my hair. So make sure you trust your hairstylist. I've had a lot of bad experiences with hairstylists and that is a whole nother video. But yeah, make sure you go to a professional if you have to lighten your hair to get the color that you want. Okay, so my second tip is to do protein treatments after you color your hair. So the first time after I got it bleached, I was doing protein treatments like once a week. When you put any type of chemical in your hair, it's going to break down the bonds of your hair to some extent, right? So using a protein will help build your hair back up and strengthen your hair back up after it's kind of been broken down in some kind of way. And this really helped my hair after I bleached it. And I did this both times. I did this right after I bleached my hair the first time to be blonde, and then I was doing this after I had my hair dyed that copper color. So make sure you're doing protein treatments, not like excessively, maybe like once a week for like a little bit. And then when you notice your hair is kind of like has that life back in it, you can back off of those because we don't want to do too many protein treatments. That is not good for your hair. My third tip is that you need to make sure your hair is hydrated. So again, any type of chemical service is going to dry out your hair. It's opening your hair strands. It's taking color from your hair. So you need to make sure you're putting a ton of moisture back into your hair. weekly deep conditionings. You should probably be doing this already, but if you're not deep conditioning weekly, after you get your hair dyed, make sure you are deep conditioning your hair on a weekly basis for probably like a month to like 6 weeks. And you probably should just be doing this all the time. I deep condition my hair every single week now. But you should be deep conditioning your hair consistently and making sure that it is hydrated. Other than that, you can buy specialty products that are made for colored hair. I did after I bleached my hair blonde. I haven't used any specialty products this year since my hair has, been copper colored and purple. I haven't used any specialty products. I've been using like the same hair care products that I've always used, so I can't attest to like any specific specialty products that might help your hair. I don't think it's bad to do that, but again, make sure your hair just needs protein. It needs its strength back, and it needs moisture. And I feel like if you have those things, you will probably be set. And just in general, after you bleach your hair, you're probably going to want to trim it. I got my hair trimmed after I bleached my hair. She just trimmed it. I didn't ask her to. I'm sure my ends were scraggly because I hadn't trimmed it since I cut off all my hair. But you're probably going to need to have your hair trimmed because bleaching is going to be really hard on the ends of your hair. So just be prepared for that. But if you have been looking for a sign from the universe that it is time to go out and get your hair colored, whatever color it is that you've been dreaming of coloring it, I said color so many times, go get your hair dyed. Go do it, because life's too short not to have, awesome colored hair, and you might as well do it now. Make sure you're safe, okay? Because it's 2020 and it's crazy out there. But so make sure whatever you're doing it safe, and you're following guidelines, but do it. Do it. It's 2020. 2021's a new year. Go to the new year with like green hair or orange hair or red hair or whatever. Go on and do it, because I love having like I don't know, I just love it. Purple is my color. Yeah, I think I'm gonna dye it like blue next. I'm not sure. I kind of want to dye it like not like a dark blue, but not like, I don't know what I want to do, but I'm like ready for a new color. So leave your suggestions in the comments down below what you think I should dye my hair next, and of course I'll make a video about it. But yeah, I hope this video has been useful. I hope I have inspired to somebody to get out of their comfort zone and maybe do something different. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to subscribe to my channel, hit that bell so you can get notified every time I post a video, and like this video. Oh my God, there's so many things to do. Subscribe, bell, like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
I don't need your dreamy eyes, no. I don't need your pretty smile, your pretty smile.